Good morning. Today is Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. Recently, I attended a wedding. It was very, very beautiful. At the wedding, I saw a friend, a wonderful person, and he told me this story, and it's a remarkable story. The story goes that when Mr. Reichman died, now, either he didn't tell me or I couldn't hear because it was very loud which of the Reichmans this story is about, but as many of you know, the Reichman family is and has been for decades a very wealthy, very religious family, originally from, in recent decades, largely from Toronto, but spread out now. And many stories are told. I have told many stories about the Reichman family. So here's the story. Just before Mr. Reichman died, he gave 2 letters to his children. On the outside of one of the letters, it said, "Open as soon as I pass away." And on the other envelope, it said, "Open 2 weeks later." Okay? He passed away. The children opened the first letter, and the first letter contained an instruction to his children, where Mr. Reichman said, "Bury me in my favorite socks." He had a pair of socks that he liked, and he ordered his children to bury him wearing those socks. Now, the children didn't know what to do because the children also are religious Jews. And every Jew is buried, according to tradition, in the identical tachrichim, the garments, the shrouds that we bury a person in. Specifically so, the Talmud explains there should be no difference between rich and poor in death, because we're all equal before God. And it is not permitted, according to Jewish law, to vary that. It's not permitted in Jewish law to bury someone with a different article of clothing that they're wearing. It's not permitted. It's against Jewish law. But their father told them to do it. And number one, their father is a religious Jew. And number two, it's their father. So the children were going crazy. They did not know what to do. And they called rabbi after rabbi to see maybe there's some opinion that will allow us to do it to fulfill our father's request. And every rabbi that they called said the same thing. It's not permitted according to halacha. So with great reluctance, they did not follow their father's last wish. 2 weeks later, they opened the second envelope. And inside the second envelope was a letter that said, "Concerning the first letter, I wanted you to learn. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Some things are just not allowed." That is a powerful lesson for every single one of us, because we have all sorts of reasons for thinking that we can do what we really shouldn't. Maybe not many of us have that level of wealth to have that reason, but we make up our lives based on thinking of reasons that we should be allowed to do what we really know in our hearts we should not be doing. This month, the month of Elul, the month before Rosh Hashana, this is an opportunity for us to search, to investigate what we are doing that we should not be doing. And we have a model for this from the other side of the Jewish calendar. Because before Pesach, weeks before Pesach, every Jewish home is being very deeply cleaned. And even if your home is cleaned on a regular basis, but once in a while, it needs a really thorough cleaning, where you go into all the corners, where you pull out all of the appliances and check behind them, and you move the sofas and check underneath them and in the pillows. There are many places in our home that on a regular basis we're straightening up. We might not get to every single detail. But when Pesach is about to arrive to prepare for it, we have to pay attention to every single room, every single corner, every single drawer. We have to pay attention. The month of Elul, says Dr. Rakefet Ben Yishai, the month of Elul, this month, before Rosh Hashana, is Passover cleaning for the soul. Throughout the year, we live our lives. Maybe we have better days, maybe we have not so good days. And we're busy, and we're distracted, and we're running around. And each of us has our own not so great routines and faults and thoughts and conflicts and burnout sometimes. But too often, in the bustle of life, they get kind of pushed to the side. I don't have time to deal with that right now. I don't have the equanimity, the calmness to be able to think through that, I really do need to make this change. How am I going to do it? It gets by us. I know my daily calendar has items on it that I need to do. And I know that I need to do them. And I haven't gotten to them. I keep pushing them off. This last month of the Jewish year is supposed to be the opportunity for us to stop and to shake out and dust off and search out. Last week in the Torah portion, and in many places in the Torah uses the phrase, "Ubi'arta hara mikirbecha." You should get rid of the evil that is within you, that is in your midst. It's a personal directive as well as a communal and legal one. Now's the time to deal with matters that we have neglected during the year. To sit with ourselves with integrity, with honesty, and to search for those problems and to figure out ways to fix them. Finally, Elul is Passover cleaning for the soul. Rav Nachman of Bartzlav takes an opposite approach. Rav Nachman says, yes, the month of Elul, this month, the month of preparing for Rosh Hashana, is a month in which we need to do serious soul searching. But Rav Nachman of Bratslav emphasizes that when we look within, it's much more important to examine the goodness within us. The positive things that maybe we don't celebrate enough. The generosity that we have shown that maybe we don't always appreciate. Because that kind of introspection will fuel us. It will buoy us as we approach the Yomim Noraim, the days of awe. And so, according to Rav Nachman of Bratslav, the way to approach the new year, the way to prepare, is, yes, to scrutinize ourselves. But to scrutinize what we've done right, and to be reminded that those good things that we do, that's who we really are. The negative things that we have done, they're external to us. We can push them off, but we need to identify with the most positive things that we have done and strengthen that and take energy from that At this time of year, says Rav Nachman of Bratslav, every person needs to answer this question. What is good about me? What is the light that I bring to the world? Because on Rosh Hashana, we ask God to base us on our essence, who we are, not the mistakes that we made. We don't want to be identified. Yes, we have to fix them. We have to apologize. We have to improve, yes, but we don't want to be identified with those mistakes. They're external to our character, our essence. And so we need to be asking ourselves that question, what's good about me? And I want to share my opinion with you. Every single one of you is good. And I'm good. With mistakes, with shortcomings. But I'm also a good person. And you are a good person. And we need to gain energy as we prepare to approach Rosh Hashana in this month of Elul from the goodness that is within us. Now, the truth, of course, is that both approaches are right. We need them both. We need to find and fix our faults, and equally, to the same measure, we need to find and strengthen our best qualities. My friends, I wish you a great day. And I look forward to seeing you soon in person.